Good afternoon, everybody. Good afternoon from London. This is Dr Panos Hahamis from Westminster Business School, as I will show you on the slides later. Joined here by my colleagues, Emily from the International Office, and Emily, you want to tell us about the department where you work for?
Hi, yeah, so my name's Emily. I'm the head of overseas recruitment, so I work in the international team at the University of Westminster, and I have responsibility for Turkey. So I am very much missing being able to come out and visit you. Normally at this point, I would be coming out to Turkey to meet students. So hopefully I'll get a chance to meet with you again soon when we can start traveling again. But I'm definitely missing Turkey, missing Turkish people, and missing the Turkish food.
And here is Joseph from student recruitment. Joe, would you like to tell us?
Yeah, hi there. I'm Joe. I work within Westminster Business School in international student recruitment, and I specialize very much in WBS's talk portfolio, and I work within Emily's broader team, which is global recruitment and admissions. So yeah, hello to everyone.
Thank you, Joe. Let me put the slides up now. Burke, are the slides up, please?
Yes, they are on the main screen now.
Right, we are, welcome again to the ones who joined us now to the IEFT Talks webinar presentation on designer brands and digital marketing. So, good afternoon from London again, and of course, this is me, as I mentioned in the beginning. I'm a senior lecturer in digital marketing at Westminster Business School, and I'm also the Europe Regional Coordinator, and I will be working alongside Emily for Turkey as well. And of course, here is a saying that the best career is a hobby that pays your money, and that's why we're here, aren't we, about our future. And if you're passionate about business just like us, then our courses, because we're the business school, we help you discover your dream career. And that's what we say to our students, and that's what I say to my students: do something that you really, really love and you have an interest, not because your friend told you or you heard it that it's like that. So that's why we're here today. And let me tell you a little bit of background before I start the masterclass on designer brands and digital marketing. The Westminster Business School is part of the University of Westminster, which is a very, very old institution, if you like, since 1838. And we are over 180 years now in research, teaching, education for all, regardless of background or financial status. And talking about that, we are the first in the UK, the first polytechnic to accept women in the class. If you remember the suffragette movement, when women fought for their rights, we are the first to accept women in the Polytechnic. So the University of Westminster, and here we are, the Marylebone campus where Westminster Business School is located. It's at 35 Marylebone Road, just opposite Madame Tussauds Museum, next to the Baker Street Station. Baker Street Station is famous also for Sherlock Holmes. You all know that. And I'm sure most of you know the Madame Tussauds Museum with wax statues of every famous person. If I want to give you like orientation where we are, this here are our campuses marked, and this here on the red cycle is the Marylebone. Madame Tussauds is opposite, and also Regent's Park is here. As you can see, most of our campuses are in central London, very central. You cannot be more central than that. We also have a campus in Harrow, which is 20 minutes from Marylebone. So you cannot, it's a very, very important to be at the heart of London. You can see here Soho, Trafalgar Square, London Eye, and so on, and Buckingham Palace further down, all within 10-15 minutes walk. So Westminster Business School is one of the largest business schools in the UK, 4,000 students, around 4,000 students, from students from all over the world, 150 countries, nearly all over the world, a few countries left, both students and staff, I have to say, because we also have 220 full-time and fractional staff, meaning we have visiting lecturers as well. We also have a mix of academic and practitioners. For example, my background it comes from the public sector, so I was not always an academic, so to speak. And after my doctorate, I joined and I became a senior lecturer. So you have experience as well as the academic background and knowledge to be offered. And we are, like I said, cannot be more central than that. We always invest on our campuses. You can see here what we do in the central learning hub, as we call it, in the school. We can do these pods for the students to go and do group work. We also call it social learning platform, apart from learning hub. We have library 24/7 open all the time. We have a student union and over 100 sport and clubs and societies and stuff. And we, in 2019, we were ranked, University of Westminster was ranked 26th for the international outlook, because we are indeed very international and very, very central. So we have external accreditations, and to translate that to people who are not accustomed with that, and I'm sure you have something similar in Turkey, we have associations and institutes, chartered institutes for professional bodies as well. For example, for the accountants, project management, management accountants, marketing, personnel development, for example, for HR, human resources, purchasing and supply for the logistics. We have a management institute for management. And of course, we also have digital marketing institute. I cannot say here on the list, and it's my fault, I omitted that. We also have the British Computer Society, the BCS, as we call it. And why all these accreditations are important? Because it carries kudos to have it on your business card, so to speak. In a way, they always help you with your personal development and so on. And you've always been updated, and people recognize that, and they know you come from a good background and so on. Now, let's talk about designer brands and digital marketing, which is the theme of the talk today. So, about branding, let's look at this way. The theme is simplicity. No matter what you think branding is, it's always keep the theme simple. So let's start with a story, which is a true story. A couple of years ago, and you have to forgive me if I missed a year, because with the COVID year now, we say last year, but actually we mean 2 years ago, if you know what I mean. We sent a student for a postgraduate project to conduct some consumer research, and we helped them. So the sample required was very upmarket, like VIPs, so VVIPs, very important persons and celebrities, very sophisticated, and of course it was difficult to recruit. So we found the ideal place, which is the London Fashion Week. Actually, the University of Westminster, and in particular Westminster Business School, hosts lots of events in the Ambika platform that we have underneath the building, underground. So we host a lot of events there for the Fashion Week. So we kind of had access, if you like, if that makes sense. So we sent them there, and the sample required to talk to, to get, their research results was models, fashion models. The other sample was, the other group was magazine editors, like fashion magazines and stuff. And finally, celebrities. The sample in total across the three groups was 30 people. Fashion models, editors, fashion editors, and celebrities joining the Fashion Week, the London Fashion Week. So we've done that, and the student asked, when you are next in London, which of these hotels would you like to stay in? Of course, he gave them various hotels, just 6 hotels, like the Conrad, like the Savoy, like the Ritz, like the Nobu in Shoreditch, just 6 hotels. And the 6th hotel was the Armani Hotel, or the Dorchester, but the 6th hotel was the Armani Hotel. And you may ask, has the Armani Hotel been built yet? Or is it just a concept? Well, stay with me. The answers were all the same. All of them chose a hotel they knew it hasn't been built yet, which was the Armani Hotel. Not a lot to do with logic. It's everything to do with a brand, with a concept, the strength, the appeal of the brand within this consumer group. As you can imagine, when they shop, they always shop designer brands. So everybody said the 6th on the list, the Armani Hotel. The Armani Hotel, however, it is still just a concept. It hasn't been built yet. It would be a boutique hotel opening in London, but it's still a concept on paper. And yet, all of them gave the same answers. So that is what branding is all about, but not only. So let's see about you guys. In a minute. So the brand Armani had this appeal. Was it an instant appeal? All of these guys seeing themselves as being part of it, even before it was built, like I said. It was the brand aura. It was the brand aura. Our hotel, London, Giorgio Armani. That's what attracted them. That's why when they saw it on the list, they said this one. It was the brand aura that they chose a concept before it was even being built. That's what it attracted them. That's what made them choose that. Now, can you think of a river? And Burke, may we have the poll up, please? Can you choose a river out of the list, please? Can you choose between these options if you think of a river?
Yes. You're wondering about the answers?
Yep. Yes, please.
For the first question, which river does it make you think of?
Yep.
The first option, Thames, is 50%. And the third option, Frat, is 50%.
Right. Okay. What about the third and the fourth? What did you mention? I'm sorry.
You mean the options?
Yes.
Seine and Dichter?
Yeah.
No, there is not. It's only 50-50, 50 Thames and 50 Frat.
Okay. Thank you. Okay, good. Well, thanks, guys, for your participation in this poll. So when I ask you to think of a river, we get different answers, don't we? And then, and we get different answers, perhaps different images, in our head. And of course, you can get as many answers as there are people in the room. We just had this poll with 4 options. But if I had asked you free, to answer freely, we would have had as many answers as people in the room. So, if I say Nike, what image comes to mind? I know what it comes to mind. I don't have to put a poll there. I know what it comes to mind. You're all still thinking exactly the same. And tell me if I'm wrong. Please, feel free to chat or point out that I'm wrong of what I will show you next. It's the tick. It's the Nike tick. Am I right or not? Please, reply. Anybody? Did we all think the same? The Nike tick? Any replies? Joe, can you watch the chat, please? Any replies here? Did we all think
Everyone says yes. They think it's the Nike tick.
correct? And that's what it was expected. And why is that? Well. Because the term Nike, the brand, I mean, when you hear that, it's evoking the aura of a brand, embedded in the minds of the generation of consumers, which is the tick, the Nike tick. It's a funny story. I mean, I took my daughter in front of the Nike statue in the UK, where I live, in the borough of Greenwich, where I live. And I asked her, do you know what is that? The statue of Nike. Nike was the goddess of victory in ancient Greece. And you know what she told me? It's shoes. That's what she was thinking as well, the tick. She wasn't thinking of ancient goddesses. So I have a real funny story as well. So it's all about the aura of a brand. There is something about a brand that touches you emotionally. Is the brand aura. The positive vibes given off at the mention of it or at the sight of the brand. Interlocking, interacting strands, representing its inherent energy. It makes people come to you. It's the aura surrounding it, isn't it? So that's what it's all about, branding. And you know, what my daughter mentioned about trainers and stuff, Nike trainers, we can analyze it, you know, until we're blue in the face, like about the brand attributes and the reasons we buy it, style, comfort, they're very light, they're not heavy, springiness, state-of-the-art construction, and, you know, because the brand is the choice of professional athletes and so on. I mean, we can analyze it as much as we can. Can we? And we do sometimes, rationally. We do sometimes. I mean, they're pretty rational reasons to purchase. Or we can simply say we buy them because we really, really like the brand, don't we? And that's true too. I can see my son. Whenever he goes to buy trainers, he always comes back with Nike. And, you know, they might be great. You know, there might be rational reasons why he did so. But why always Nike? You know, why always Nike? And let's see some reasons about this as well and how you build a relationship. It all starts with liking. All starts with liking personal relations, indeed. So every relationship starts with liking, being attracted. But what's the difference? The relationship between people, two people, and the relationship between a consumer and a brand. Let's look at it as well. Not a lot at all. It's the same. It's awareness, interest, desire, and action. That's it. It's the same logic, right? There's no difference at all between two people or between a person and the brand. So there's not a lot of difference at all. And of course, the relationship, any relationship will only develop through earning trust. You have to keep promises, not to lie, make the calls, buy the flowers, the chocolates, remember birthdays, anniversaries, buy champagne, whatever. So you build on it in order to earn trust. And that's how you do. Well, it's a hard slog, as we say. It's the same for the brands. You know, people buy flowers to each other, but, you know, the brand has to also, try hard. You have to keep the consumer's attention. You have to deliver according to the customers' expectations. You have to stay attractive. And when I say attractive, it's not the same, person to person, but still, you have to attract them. Let them down, they will go elsewhere to a competitive brand. And we know that, especially now with the advent of the internet and the World Wide Web, they will go very quickly elsewhere. They will find somewhere else what you don't give them, or if they feel they lost trust. So, capping up, a brand is a product that has built up an image, a reputation, built trust and loyalty over a very long period of time with its consumers, okay? Well, it kept their promises, putting their customers first and keeping them happy. They have built up their reputation, a brand image, through consistent. Consistent is the key word. Communications, which is brand communications. Consistent, however, is the key word here. Putting consumers first, customers first, giving them what they like, and being totally consistent. Okay? That's how it works if you're going to keep them happy. Consistency. You always see the brand image. You always see the brand logo. You always see the market, the segment of the market. Every ad of any brand, like Nike, the shoes, or Versace, the perfume, or Chanel, the bag, or Gucci, the bag, or whatever, they're always consistent. The glamour is there as well for the intended demographics, i.e. segment group. Everything is there and is always, no matter how long they existed, always being consistent. So, however, the relationship changes. Things can change. Preference can change. Don't assume they won't. Everyone is in the fashion business nowadays, if you like. Even a sushi meal is being presented in a nice restaurant or a five-star hotel. Even the sushi meal will be presented like in a state-of-art state-of-art plate and presentation and everything. And of course, even a phone maker will make sure that this differentiates from the others. But all these change, and we will see in a minute about the phones as well, how it can change. So in the beginning, you might settle for a Coke. If you are at high school or college, even if you date somebody or with your mates, your friends, you're happy to go to the park and have a Coca-Cola, don't you? However, as it progresses, you will require champagne. Not only as you grow up. It's not about growing up. It's as you progress. Change is only a matter of time from Coke to champagne. I mean, Coca-Cola to champagne. So that is part as well of it. The technology had an impact. The pace of change, was impacted by the technology. Let's get back to the brands, though. The biggest challenge facing a brand today is this kind of pace of change, because technology is driving the brand communications. I mentioned before how you communicate the brand to the consumer. Does it not? I mean, who remember what this was? Anybody? Did anybody see that? Telephone? I mean, I saw it, and not only because of my age, but I remember when going back to my village, my granny had a phone like that in the house. Anybody remembers what this was? The old phone? Did anybody see that? Any comments, guys? Anybody? Do we have any replies, guys? I cannot see the platform.
I replied to say it made me feel very old because I remember having a phone like that in my house. So I think I should be quiet because I'm obviously very, very old now.
No, Emily, you're not. But thanks for the contribution. So, I mean, we don't see it around that much anyway, depending where you're from and which part of the world and which part of the country. Like I said, if you go to the village, you will see that. So, yeah, that was the phone, right? So, but now it's not. We check it, I mean, in the UK at least, we check it at least 150 times a day. What does that mean? From that to that. So technology had an impact in the way we communicate, obviously, in the way we interact as well, and in the way we learn as well, in everything. And if you remember, like I said, what I said before here is technology had an impact on the pace of change and the challenges for brands, how to communicate to the consumer, right? So for a luxury brand, they have to be simple, cool, chic, ric of class. Over the years, luxury brands have stuck to these principles and follow the same formula, because consistency, remember what I mentioned before, is fundamental to the formula. And now they have to kind of not redesign, but rethink all their approaches in order to communicate all this via new channels, aided by the technology, if you like. Okay? But remember, at the end of it, what is a brand? Is a simple idea presented beautifully. You see on Instagram, you see an image like that, and this is not about a brand, by the way, but you see an image. All images here are free stock images I took from Unsplash. I don't know if you know a few sites, and beautiful images. I mean, you see there, and in Instagram, and then it might be about the brand, but they do know their segment, market segment, and the demographics of their customers. So even through new channels of technology, communication, they can put it simply, presented beautifully. That's what it's all about. So the relationship is at the core. That's one of the basic principles, which remains the same. Relationship is at the core, and the job is to build trust for, like I said, technology aided, different channels for both online brands as well as offline. Don't forget, there are few brands that they are only online, if you remember. At last, the content is becoming more and more emotionally involving online, isn't it? You can see here, this is Kiko, I think Kiko. Is it Kiko, I think, the brand, about Halloween last years or 2 years. Now with the COVID year, we lost a year, didn't we? In particular in the online personal care sector. I think it's Kiko or something like that, the website. So it's more involving, more emotionally. And of course, on social media, we have independent beauty brands, not the mega brands, the established, the incumbents, independent beauty brands offering more choice to the young consumer, brought up on vlogs, which is like video blogs, YouTube videos, social media, shared experience of products, and so on. So you see here Glossier, like a blog, and from an independent beauty brand, and it says here, real people share their real life routines, and the community, so to speak, they're customers. They're not journalists, right? So customer says 2017, easy evening, I look, how you put makeup or whatever. And that's how it was evolved nowadays. And you see here, this is Rihanna's Fenty, I think it's called Fenty, the website. This is Rihanna's. And you have here, all A-list celebrities having their own products, right? New wave of brands. And you have here testimonials from her customers, like one from Nairobi, Kenya, Fahima Sharif, when she talks about Rihanna's products. You can see the picture is nearly perfect and beautiful. And of course, this customer, Fahima Sharif, and these customers for Glossier, they become evangelists of the brand. So they take the brand, word of mouth and more. So they become the evangelists. They advertise the brand themselves. And that's the new online way of doing it when we talk about brand communications. And of course, we have social media that we all use on a daily basis. And it's all down to digital transformation, digital marketing, that all this is happening. So talking about digital transformation, digital marketing, at the school, we run the digital business MSc, which covers digital marketing, and not only digital marketing, web metrics, and so on, a strategy for digital business. And of course, is not the only one that we offer, and that's for January start postgraduate business courses. We have accounting, finance and economics, business and management, digital business, which I aforementioned, human resources management, marketing, MBA, project management, property and construction, fintech with business analytics, which is finance and technology, and sustainability management and innovation. So we offer more than that, and also short courses. And you know, if anybody is interested on January start undergraduate business courses, we have business management entrepreneurship, and marketing management here. And of course, the latest update for the COVID situation, we will start as normal. However, all of our courses will be wholly online, and we'll be preparing to welcome you online as well. If you need to visit the campus, you will be safe. We did everything according to government guidelines, but it's very unlikely to visit the campus until further notice. And nevertheless, all is being delivered online, and so far all the students are more than happy, and we have 400% more participation than, let's say, back in January when all this started online. I mean, so this is a business. Like I said, you cover digital marketing, digital trust, innovation, disruption, transformation, big data, analytics, and so on, cybersecurity, and consultancy. And student experience from the digital business, which covers so many aspects on digital technologies. Here, I have some student experience, exceeded my expectations. That's testimonials from students. The number of universities offering this course in Europe is quite limited. Diversity of modules open the doors to the technology and data analytics careers, and allow me to combine my passion, intersection between business and IT. We have lots of testimonials, and also we have on social media as well, but because of the time here, I don't have time to show you everything. Like here, on Twitter, Mendix is a university, but not really a university, it's like a training organization for programming. So our students took part on a joint project with the digital business MSc, a course team, and these are their experience. That was on Twitter. And if you may ask, why am I showing you all this? Why should I come to Westminster? Well, we have, first of all, excellent links with industry and professional bodies, an extensive range of academic and pastoral support, and of course, opportunities for work experience, both at home and abroad, meaning at home here in the UK and abroad. And now don't forget the visa. We have 2 years post experience, so you can do it. And we are proud to be one of the most diverse universities in London. So, careers employability. These are some graduate destinations. And of course, because of the size of the slide here and the size of the presentation, I cannot go further and load it up with more. We have so many employers, so to speak, which we are in contact as well, with links as well. Fees and costs. Undergraduate is 14,000 from Turkey. Postgraduate is between 12,500 to 22,000. It varies according to the degree. If you go, and Joe, can you please put the link on the chat room about the fees and costs and stuff?
Yes, just to comment on that, at undergraduate level, the fees are set at a flat rate, as you have it up there.
That's right.
Postgraduate fees vary from course to course, but
That's
I think having the ranges up there is very helpful. And the undergraduate international fee is a fixed rate, flat rate, whichever course you're studying. So yeah, happy to summarize that verbally there.
Okay, great. Can you put the link, please, up on the chat so people who have it direct access and stuff? John? Okay, thank you. So we provide accommodation, but you have to apply for it, of course. and the cost is about 130 to the range, 130 to 280 per week. We have social events and clubs and societies. We have student housing team. You have high-speed broadband, 24/7 security. But remember, you have to apply early. Here's the other link. Joe, can you put that link as well for accommodation up on the chat room?
Panos, I've put it up already, but I can put it up again for those who may have missed it the first time. One moment.
Great. I cannot see the platform. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thanks. And, you know, we also have private, we also have links with private providers. So the accommodation office can advise you on that. And we have central locations again, where we have student housing, very central location. Here, this is the campuses and this is the accommodation. Again, more central, you cannot be more central than that. Now, let's talk very briefly when and how to apply. Well, entry requirements in 2020, 2001 for Turkey. For the master's course is the bachelor degree or license, GPA 2.4 to 3, depending on institution, of course, and subject areas. For the bachelor's, for undergraduate, for September 2021, because master's is for January 2021, you need the Turkish high school with a grade average 65%, completion of IB grade 27 or above. Also, we have the Kaplan, foundation year, so to speak, international year 1. And for this year, we have removed all interview requirements, but some courses may still require a portfolio. That's for art, design, fashion, and architecture. And of course, these are here the COVID-19 amended English language requirements. For PG, it should be IELTS 6 or equivalent, 5.5 minimum in all components. And of course, we consider a range of other English language tests. All of these slides will be published and you can have more information when you get them. So, key dates and reminders. For January starters, the teaching year starts on 9th of January. Enrollment orientation online, remember what I said before, will be 11th to 15th of January this week. And teaching begins between 11th and 22nd of January, depending on the course. Joe, can you please put the full academic calendar there, the link, please, and name it as well so people will know. The accommodation applications that I aforementioned, they are open now. You can email them. However, remember, you have to have an offer before you apply for student accommodation. We also have a postgraduate open event, 18th November, undergraduate, 28th of November. Again, Joe, can you put the links up? Because I will show you, I will show the slide for the postgraduate online open evening. Of course, it's online. It's 5 to 7:30 UK time. So UK time, remember, UK time. So, how to apply? Well, via UCAS, as you may know, UCAS for postgraduate, for master's and PhD perhaps, you have to have education history, transcripts from schools, employment, like a CV, personal statement, reference or references, academic and or professional, other supporting documents requested, if applicable, perhaps a portfolio or whatever. But remember, the application deadline is on 30th of November for January starters. So please apply now if you're planning to go on studying. And at this point, I have to ask about the polls that we created. Emily, shall we put the polls up? If attendees here are planning to come to London for study?
Yeah, I think if students go to the polls tab, and then we have the 3 polls there, and then if they can complete that. So we have question 1 you've already done about the river. Question 2, just to give us an idea of when you are thinking of starting your studies in London, or maybe you're not, but just give us an idea. And then generally which areas of business. And I know lots of you have posted chat about psychology, computer studies, so a whole different range of subjects, and we're trying to answer those in the questions. But because this was a business webinar, I've just included business subjects. So don't worry if you're interested in a different area. So we have the questions and the polls area, please.
Thank you. So yeah, that will be interesting to hear how many you're planning to start online, at least online in January, or how many perhaps defer it for September 2021. So that would be great. Please take the poll now, and further information, Westminster Business School social media, all of the links are here. And for the University of Westminster, the links are here. My email, my full name and my email is here, and Emily's is here as well. And please, now we have a few minutes. Thank you. Teşekkür ederim. So, thank you for listening. Like Emily said, that was a business webinar. However, we'll try to answer all of the questions about various subjects across the university. Please, if you have any more questions here, we are pleased to answer. Thank you again.
Just wanted to say thank you very much for joining us. I know there are lots and lots of different webinars and online events. So it's lovely to be able to talk with you, even if it's virtually and online. We are trying to get through the questions, but please do send us an email. I will post in the chat as well, my email, just in case you need. And I think everybody will be sent a link to the webinar as well, which are generally put up on YouTube, so you can access that afterwards. There's my email. Please do contact us. We've posted information about the new 2-year post-study graduate route. So the British Council have got lots of information about that on their website, and it's definitely worth going to read that. We've posted links to our scholarship site, to accommodation, and to some of the key areas for fees and for different subject areas. I've also posted a link to our Turkey page. So that gives you information about the general requirements, but you just need to make sure that you look at the specific course requirements for each of those programs. Just to emphasize again, we have a very broad range of courses starting in January. And the information about that again is on our web pages. The deadline is the 30th of November. So if you're thinking of starting with us in January, then please do get in touch, because it's quite a short period for application. But for everybody else, we hope this has given you a flavour of the university. Go and have a look at our website, go and have a look at the different subject areas. And we very much look forward to hearing from you in the future. So thank you very much.
Thank you, guys. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thanks, Emily. Thanks, Zoe. Thanks, Burke.
Thank you.
Dr. Panos, Emily, Joseph, thank you very much for joining us. It was very nice, actually. I mean, we had a mini lecture. It was amazing. Also, Emily and Joseph was covering the questions in the background, so it was very fantastic. Thank you very much for the great presentation.
You're welcome.
And the lecture. So it was very nice to welcome you here. Thank you again.
Thank you very much to IEFT for organising. Thank you for all of your help. And take care, everybody. Stay safe, look after each other, and we hope to see you in London at some point, or maybe in Turkey. We don't know.
Hope in Turkey.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.